just hitching onto the fertilizer spreader. I have been trying to do this for sort of the last 2 hours, but been on the phone to John MacArthur, who we bought our grain dryer off, because he messaged me last night and said, what can we do to help these refugees? Anyway, after several phone calls with him and a few other people, Rob Wilson included, we've come up with a plan. So farms at the moment, this time of year, have got buildings that are getting emptied. Them buildings are perfect for putting food bank donation collection points at, so we can collect a load of food and get it out to Poland. But some wagons don't have international operators license or are busy. There's already a shortage. So I spoke to Rob, and Rob is a bit of an expert on logistics, and he said there's still loads of wagons that are going back to Poland every week empty. So all we need to do now is find the empty wagons, find the people willing to donate the food, collect it at hubs, load it on wagons, get it out there and help these people. So they're all getting displaced. So if you turn up in Poland as a refugee, the Polish sort of government, if you will, are saying, right, okay, you've got 12,000 people live in your village, you've got to take 2,000 of them. So they can find sort of nearly beds for them or put them up in sports centres and schools and things like that. But there's obviously like a huge demand now on food in Poland because there's not enough food. There's only enough food to feed the Polish, and everyone's left. People are asking and saying, oh, should we send them clothes? Probably yes in the future, but at the moment you would like to think that when they've fled with clothes on the back and maybe a bag of clothes. But the main thing that they need at the moment is food, because there's just not enough of it in Poland to feed them all at the moment. So we're going to try and see if we can get this off the ground, get everything together, maybe even pull the supermarkets in, see if they want to help donate some trucks or at least donate some foods or some sort of part to the online website where people can go on and donate, and then it'll send supplies to the hubs that we're going to try and set up throughout the country. So that's the plan. So this is the video I've just done, and we've just put a Twitter page out. I can't do it on my own, and I don't want to, and I don't think John can do it on his own either. It's going to be impossible. It could be huge. So what we've done is we've set up a separate account so that people can message on that, and then loads of people can access it. So if anyone that wants to help with admin for that kind of thing, that would be useful as well. So if you go on Twitter and find Ukraine Food Aid, that is the account we've just set up, and this is the video I've just done. So John MacArthur rang me this morning and said, we need to help people in the Ukraine, these refugees. What can we do? So between us, we've come up with a plan. The plan is we need as many people to get in touch as possible that might have a big empty building like this one that we can use as a hub to collect food bank donations. We also then need as many people as we can find that have got empty trucks heading back to Poland, or people with spare time that don't mind driving a truck backwards and forwards to Poland, but ideally an empty truck going that way is perfect. The other thing that we need then is people to give donations. But once we've got the distribution points, we'll tell you where the collection points, we'll tell you where they are. The other thing, this is quite a big thing as well that we need, is we need people on the floor in Poland and around the Ukraine borders that know where we need to get this food to. Once we've collected all this food and loaded it on trucks, we want to get it on the way as soon as possible. So if anyone thinks they can help, please reply to this, or ideally send a direct message. And we may also need some sort of people that have got a little bit of spare time to do a bit of admin to collect this. But what we'll do is we'll get some hubs together to collect the points, and we'll get some trucks matched to them points, and then we'll try and get it out there. So thanks to everyone that's watching, and hopefully you can all help, and let's see if we can get something there as soon as possible. Anyway, back to the day job. Put the fertilizer spreader on and put it on the 724. Loads of people said, why didn't you put it on the fast track? Good idea. Fast track has got 4-wheel steer, but the screens are already in this, and I'm not sure how long the cable is to put it to the fast track. And I just know what I'm doing. It's quick, it's easy, and it's got a really good DAD radio as well. So the back's all hitched on now, dead easy. 2 lower links to clip on, top link to clip on, 1 wire and a PTO, and the lights plugged in. Just going to go and put a weight block on the front now, but we're going to put a decent sized one on so we're not rearing up. Just thread the cable through these little sort of rubber blocks that drops on there, and then plug it into the screens. And then when you shut the window now, the cab's soundproof and no dust can come in because it goes through that little rubber grommet. There's loads of, well, there's 3 of them there that you can put different cables through. It's quite neat. Links won't quite go low enough, so I'll have to turn the suspension off, get them to drop a bit lower. Can't remember how you do it. You used to just do it on the armrest, but I have a feeling we're going to have to do it on the screen with this one, because there's no buttons on the armrest. So where do we go on the screen? Let's have a look. No idea. No. There we go. Let's just lowering it down now. There we go. Should be able to pull forward the last 2 inch now. Take the handbrake off. There we go. Then put the top link on, and we're away. Them links are hooked in now. Just press this button. They'll go up. There we go. Click the click. So clamps on. There we go. And then just do the top one. So that's the top link on now. Lift the buttons with this. Press the buttons to lift the links. You do it for the cab as well. There we go. 1.5 ton balancing on the front. Now, so hopefully, like the video the other week, where it was tipping up when it just had a 900 kilo one, it was sort of in a bit. Now it's got 1.5 ton hanging out of it, so it should be well balanced when we put 3.5, 4 ton in there. Right, we're loaded up. We've got 5 bags in. I thought I'd got 6 in, but I couldn't. It's quite bulky urea. We've only got 3 ton in, so that's just over £2,000 worth of current prices. So we'll go and see if we can do about 40 hectares with it. We're just doing little and often this year, just keep things growing. What we don't want to do is put a load of fertilizer on, end up with a drought, not even hitting the yield potential because of the lack of water. So we just want to just keep drip feeding it and just keep it going, and then hopefully then we'll get a yield and a profit, because we don't want to waste it on inputs that aren't going to be used. This was the field that we drilled straight into the grass with the barley, and then that's barley there, just coming through nicely now. It does look a little bit behind, but it's all there, so we'll see what it looks like in a few weeks next time we put some fertilizer on. Need to get the GPS on that screen, see what it looks like. Do that one. So right here. This is a field of 2 halves, so at this end of the field it looks absolutely awful, where it's quite heavy ground and was quite waterlogged. This is one of the fields that we had an issue with the wrong pressure on the drill, but when we get to the other end it will look totally different, so I'll show you when I get up the hill. This is the other end of the field. There's the odd sort of bit that's a little bit bare, where there's been like lumps out the combine where it wasn't perhaps straw raked, but the rest of it is pretty green. It's a bit hard to see because the windows are dirty. In the middle of the field it's hard to see, but there is a crop there, but because you've got the stubble of the oilseed rape still sticking up, it doesn't look as good as it should do, but it is there. Not any sheep in the video for ages, so here's some lambs in the lambing shed. Some twins there. Well, that's a good job done. I've spread all the wheat and all the barley at this farm now, and I managed to do it all in one hopper full. Like I say, just put a little dose on. A little bit of an update on the whole getting to get some food over to the refugees. It sounds mad saying refugees in Europe, but you know there is. We've got loads of people that can donate food. We've got loads of people that can offer logistics. Hubs. It's just the logistics. So we're just trying to get in touch with some of the sort of foreign operative haulage companies that are going back empty, because that's ideal. If we can get them on trucks that are already going empty, it means we've not got to send people out there and back, just to them to be running empty. And then also there's a cost to that, because people are still trying to run businesses, and we've already got a HGV shortage at the moment in the UK. So if we can get round that and find some empty ones, that's ideal. The other thing that's a little bit of a problem that we've got to overcome as well is, because it's food and going through the EU and UK and do all this rubbish, it's supposed to have quite a bit of documentation with it as to what it is. So a way around that is, if it's humanitarian aid and could be labelled as that, then it might not fall foul at customs for the different relevant paperwork to say all that it needs. So there's a bit of work to be done on that as well. But if anyone can help with any of this, please get in contact with on the Twitter group, because then other people can pick that up, not just me. I can't do this on my own. I've got obviously stuff to do, and it might turn massive as well. It's only been on Twitter for a couple of hours and it's had 43,000 impressions. So there's so much support and messages coming in. So again, like I say, that's why it's important just to try and keep them all in one place where people can all look at it. That is all for today. There was a link below this video to the Twitter post page thing that you can send messages on to help with any of it, or any comments left below this will obviously be read as well. So thanks for watching today, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow and we can get some more field work done.